What's going on, fam? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have a lot going on. For one, we're going to be taking out a lot of the stuff that's in the garden that was prepared for the fall winter garden. Some of that's going to be coming out because it's getting hot and a lot of things are going to bolt. Then we're going to go ahead and do a soil test for the garden. And that way we'll know what type of nutrients to add throughout the year. What we're going to also be doing is we have about 30 bags of some cypress mulch that I normally throw out at the beginning of the year just to kind of get everything cleaned up. Previously we've done in between the beds. Now we're going to do on the outskirts of the beds and also the arched trellis areas. We're going to be transplanting a lot of things into Mrs. Necker Gardener's watermelon bed. I mean, like I said, we got a lot to do. So without further ado, let's get growing. I guess I should mention, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it all in this video. Right here is, I'm going to add another row. And what that's going to be for is I'm going to start putting a lot of these fruit trees along right here. With Texas summers, it gets extremely hot. So hopefully it was going to be a temporary shade. Once the sun goes from east to west, it should give some type of shade to some of these crops right here. Got to do a lot of cleanup. And hopefully we can get it all done, at least majority of it done by the end of today. I'm not sure if this is going to catch on some of the camera here, but as you can see, some of the collards are going to flower, so might as well just harvest these and get these out the beds. And same with some of those collards right there. Got a lot of them going to, especially right there, got a lot of them going to flower. I'm going to transplant these chamomiles. Haven't decided exactly where yet, but we're going to get rid of some of those. These walking onions, I'm going to have to cut those down. I started off with 3 and now look how big they got. And I want to kind of contain this bed. This is going to be my experimental bed where I'm going to grow some things that I normally don't grow possibly. Once I get our tea garden set up, I'm going to transplant these echinacea plants and whatnot. I think I want to probably do a 6-inch raised bed right here, and that's going to help with these worm bins that I put in here. We got some, looks like some parsley. Let's see, cilantro. And that's good to know. I haven't opened this up in almost so long. Look at that. So my mother-in-law gave me this little harvesting basket. They never really used it, so I guess we'll use it today. I'm going to just snip at the closest I can to the soil, and that way the remaining part of the soil can start to break down into the soil and feed the soil itself. That's a lot of soil talk. So here is a salvia plant. It's a nice smelling plant. It's a perennial. You can grow it great in containers if That's something that you're limited in space. However, I don't want any more perennials in these beds because it's going to be easier for me to mark out and lay out different layouts and where I want to plant things once the time gets, especially like this time right now. So I'm going to actually transplant it into that bed, but before I get it into that bed, I need to freshen up that bed. In the previous video, we weed everything around these gardens. So I'm just gonna freshen that out before I transplant it. And then with this one, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do. I will transfer it into a pot temporarily right now. I might even break this up even more just to kind of self-contain, because it wasn't this many previously. Once again, these are perennials as well. I think these are called garlic chives. They'll eventually have a bulb on here. Actually, I got one right here that have a bulb, something like this, which is called a skate. And this is where the seeds are at. And the flavor of these little tiny seedlings in here, flowers, are the pods of the garlic, and they're just so potent that you can actually just, it's like 10, you're eating 10 cloves in your mouth. So we have 3 bags. We got some raised bed potting mix, we got some garden soil, and some black cow manure. We're going to combine all of this just to kind of refreshen this bed up, and then we'll be able to transplant. I haven't been a fan of big box stores potting mix and soil mix. It just has a lot of forestry products in it, and I think a lot of that came from the back from 2020, when everybody was trying to grow their own food because of the food shortages and whatnot. So they were trying to rush a lot of these stuff before they was actually broken down and mixed up right. So, but for the time being, I'm just going to do this. Normally, I would have more, since this is a watermelon bed, I would have more of a acidic soil mixture by putting some peat moss, sphagnum peat moss. But since we're starting a lot of seeds, I want to reserve that peat moss, and I'll just, since I have more soil acidifier, I'll just sprinkle that on here as we about to start transplanting our watermelon. And I really love this broad rake because you can scrape and pull anything where you want to. I was thinking about getting a landscape rake, which I probably still will do for areas like this, but it's just easy to move along. What are one of your go-to garden tools that you have in your place when you're gardening? Do you have go with the rake, hoary tool? What is your go-to garden tool? Comment down below and let us know. This is the second time that I'm going to be transplanting this. I transplanted this from my parents' place. After my father passed, I took this as a remembrance to him, so it's going to be nice as a focal point for the for the watermelon patch, since he also loved watermelon. Maybe I should have got a shovel. No, I think this will be all right. All right, I kind of got it. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up. I kind of got an X right here where I'm going to put this at. I'm going to use my little 7-inch auger to save me some time in digging a hole here. So I think that's perfect right there. Get the air pockets out. I bought these blueberries from the big orange store, big box store. This is called the alfalfa, whatever. I'm gonna plant that one right there. This one's the powdery blue. I believe this is a rabbit eye variety. And I'm gonna plant that one right here. And then once again, I'm gonna use the auger. I want to get the correct spacing because my OCD will let me be great sometimes. So I'm gonna go about, let's say 24 from the edge. Actually, I might do 12. Yeah, I think that would be good. That way we could be able to harvest it all the way around. Actually, let's do 18. Do the same for the other side and use my auger. Yep. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take samples of the soil from each row of these garden beds, and I'm going to send it off to Redmond to see what my soil pH is and the micro and macro nutrients are. So with this Redmond soil test kit, what it requires you to do is take a sample, go at about 4 to 6 inches deep, and grab that soil, and then it has like a little vial that you put it into with some type of liquid, and you just shake it all up and you mail it off. They have a self-addressed envelope already stamped, so you don't have to pay for anything besides the soil test kit itself. This is a great product for Redmond. It's a optional item for you to do if you're a beginning garden, but it definitely will help you out to know what your soil is and what it's lacking of. Normally, I believe ours is everything okay besides magnesium, nitrogen, and I think it was something else. And our pH level is just about right. It's mostly about the nitrogen on there, but it's great. Once you register your kit and mail off everything, it would come back to you in an email electronically, so you could keep your records up to date. And every year you can be doing this. Shake this all up. That way I can get a general idea what we have here. These are the items that give to you to get your registration kit, got directions on how to do everything. And then here's the self-addressed paid envelope. Then they give you this content like I was telling you about. It has some type of liquid in here. All it says is do not remove contents in this jar, just add the soil. So they give you this scoop, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try not to get any stems and things of that nature, no rocks. I just want the soil content itself. Got to break the steel to open it up. Oop. Oh, put that in there. Shake it up. Take that off. Oop. It's just that easy. And in about 3 to 5 business days, I will have the results and I'll be able to share it with y'all. Now, if you're interested in getting one of these, we have an extra one that we can give out to you. At the end of the video, I'll tell you how you can win a chance in getting one of these soil testing kits from Redmond. What I did was I went ahead and pulled up all of that chamomile and those onions, and I took the broad rake, and what I did, I kind of leveled out all of the rows, because when I use this never sink tool, it's going to give me a grid line of where I need to be planting, because our goal right now, or at least my goal right now, is trying to plant a year's worth of onions. So you can see you got the grid lines all right here. So it's going to let me know exactly my square foot gardening method on where to place all of my items. Now, once again, this is a tool that you don't really need. It is optional. It's something that I do. I guess I should do a video for first-time gardeners, what's optional. A lot of things get a little bit too complicated when you're watching these YouTube videos about you got to do this, that. But really, you really don't. It's very simple. Sometimes YouTube gardeners like myself, we kind of make it a little bit complicated, or we do things that we found that are better. Now, these things that are optional will make things a lot better, but it's not required, I should say. All right, so we got all of our rows pretty much done up. And now it's time to go plant the onions. Now that we have everything all laid out, I have my trusty map here that kind of lets me know where everything is going. And then we have these Dixondale onion starts that we're going to be planting. Like I said, we're trying to do about a year's worth of onions. And right now these are about I want to say at least over 200 something onions. And there are different varieties. Right now we got these Southern Belle Reds. yellow, I'm not sure what that says on there. Then we also have another red. This is a red Creole. And then we got the 1015 Texas Summer Sweet, Texas favorite. And then we have the the white Bermudas. So we're gonna be planting these. I got five of these, and we're gonna spread them out between each bed. And since we're gonna try to do a square foot method, we're gonna do 4 per square. Now for this row, we're gonna do a white Bermuda. So if you have a chance to try to get your dibbler, I just made this out of some dowel rod I got from the big box store. I'm going to put one here, here, and here, and here. Hopefully, I'm actually going to even put this right there to let me know what I planted here, even though I'm going to also use this video as reference. We're going to put that right there, buried in about 1 inch. Bury that. Oop. Can't lose that. So what I did on these is I just add different marks to let me know the depth of each one of them. So right here is about 1 inch. So I want to make sure I go down at least about right there. Cover that up. There. And there. And then after we transplant everything, what we're going to do is we're going to fertilize, and then we're going to water heavily, about 45 minutes on the over the rotisserie one. Oh no! I just planted 48 onion sets in this tomato row, and we still got a lot left. Whew. It's going, I don't know where we're going to put the rest of these at, but we're going to make it happen. We have onions. Here we have peppers. So in the pepper row, we have 10 areas, basically 40 onions of that variety. Doesn't look like we're going to get all of these planted, so I'm going to have to find out a place where I can plant the rest of these. I'm going to finish the rest of these rows up and then see how it looks. Oh, I forgot, I do have a garlic row over here. My weeders, we're over here weeding out the garden area. One of the main reasons why we free range. Once again, if you want to see more of our animal content, head out to the Farmer Sydney channel, and you'll definitely see some of those. But I think we could probably put some out in that area where our garlic is growing, and then where we put some of the garlic bulbs at and it didn't grow, we'll be able to possibly put some onions in there as well. All right, so I was telling the missus what we were doing with the soil test kit and kind of forgot about how y'all can enter to win the soil test kit. First, make sure you like the video, and second, hopefully you're subscribed to the channel. And then third is comment down below and let us know what plants are you excited about growing this year and how many years you've been growing. And then at the end of the month, what we'll do is we'll randomly select one of those comments and then reach out to y'all. And then you have to send us your mailing address, and then we'll send you out this test kit. So I got about 200 onion starts in these beds here. And then with our garlic, I'm not sure how much I have in there, but it's a lot. I'm going to set up the irrigation system or the watering them in now. What we're going to do is water them for about 45 minutes a day for the next 5 to 6 days. Mrs. Naked Gardener right here is putting the mulch down in between the beds and the arched trellises, so that way we can help suppress the weeds. Then on the next video, we're going to be doing planting some potatoes in this row. However, we're not going to plant them any old kind of way. We're not going to even plant them in the dirt. If you want to see how that goes, make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow along. If you like this video and enjoy what we've been doing and want to see more, make sure you give us a thumbs up.